I'm Scott Turbowski. We have a special guest we've flown in from India that's a brake expert.
Thanks, Scott. Hi, I'm Terry, and this is our brake expert, Marisol Patel. She's going to show us exactly how easy it is to install brake pads on the AP Racing kit. Are you excited about that?
Really excited.
Yeah, that's what I thought. One of the main things about this rotor is you can see here that the hat on it is, actually the brake disc itself is removable from the hat. The hat's aluminum, so it saves a lot of weight. But you may think, especially when you hear the term big brake kit, which we kind of came from in the 90s with people putting big brake kits on fucking 90 horsepower Civics and shit with 6-piston calipers. This is not one of those kits. This was specifically designed to stop the car. It's not an appearance piece. This is a brake that you can go and just beat on and it will not fade with the right pads. So taking a look at this, the critical thing is it's not costly to replace. Essex designed this kit to be able to replace the rotors for $130, or close to $130 per rotor. And if you really compare that to like this DBA rotor, it's almost identical. So the cost to replace the rotors are not that expensive. And then surprisingly, if you need a caliper rebuild, you would think that, oh my God, it's gonna be just damaging like Brembo kits are. You send it to Essex and they can rebuild the caliper for about 130 bucks. I think actually it's less than that. I think it was like 78 bucks plus parts. So this is an excellent kit for repair work, for replacing consumables, and I should have just done this right from the get-go. I think that's the point of this.
These are the brake rotors from India. I gotta install these quick so I can make the 12 o'clock buffet.
Luckily, I have finally gotten a kit for the FRS and BRZ that's gonna work on the track properly. There's not gonna be any dicking around. I'm not gonna have to deal with brake fade. So what we've gone is through an evolution. And what I've learned is if you're gonna track the car or do any high performance driving, like Turbowski does daily, you're gonna wanna just spend the money on a kit like the AP Racing Sprint kit right off the bat. Because what happens is you start to invest in different types of rotors and pads that basically wind up equaling the amount that you would have spent on the big brake kit. So we're gonna show you here quickly different rotors. This is the stock rotor, and Turbowski will show you this excellent piece of craftsmanship. This is the OEM rotor. It's actually in good shape. It's held up very well, but there's just not a lot of cooling not a lot of dissipation that it's capable of. This is the DBA 4000 rotor with the tiger paws, or what is it, the kangaroo paws?
Kangaroo paws.
It's got the kangaroo paws inside here to help cooling. And this is the best rotor you can buy for the FRS and BRZ that will fit with the stock calipers. So next we're gonna go on to the AP disc. Actually, as you pick up the AP disc, I'll show this brake disc as well.
God, it's light.
It's a lot lighter than this guy. And mostly because it's got an aluminum hat. This is an integrated hat that's steel, I'm sure, or cast iron. And you can see the side view. This is where the big difference is between these rotors, is the actual width. And the caliper for the AP Racing kit is much wider. This is where you get the extra cooling. Essex bought a BRZ to build this kit. So they built it from the ground up, and what they were trying to figure out was the perfect size of the rotors and calipers to use on this car, because they didn't want to overdo it. It doesn't need a huge brake kit to stop.
Oh, it's light. 200 horsepower.
200 horsepower, yes. So what we're gonna show you next is something that Scott has on his car. And this is the next evolution.
Why don't you?
Yeah, I'll hold up. This is the AP Racing rotor. Okay. This is our 15-inch brake disc off of Scott's car. What are you driving?
911
It's a 911?
GT.
World Challenge.
World
car.
Challenge car. Look at that bitch.
Look how
You
massive.
can almost put that motherfucker inside there.
Yeah, it's a joke. This is a joke compared to that. But the interesting part, the factory discs almost fit inside the World Challenge Porsche rotor. But the interesting part about this
You
is
can always wear it as a fucking
he
necklace.
can wear it as a necklace, and this is what he does when he goes to Mexican restaurants, because he's able to score some serious men. The amount of men this guy picks up wearing that brake rotor. But if we look at these things side by side, the width of the rotor is almost identical. So you can see this disc and the AP racing kit for the BRZ is going to be excellent for dissipating heat.
Yeah, I know. These losers are paying me like $2,000 to drop some brake pads.
Let's talk about weight. And clearly there's a big difference in weight between the standard OEM cast iron, even the DBA 4000 rotor, and the AP racing. There's a noticeable difference in the weight of these rotors, which we're going to show you here. We're looking at the factory brake setup for one wheel, one front side. So a total of 30.6 pounds for one side. So this is the weight on the AP racing kit with two brand new DS Uno pads. And we're looking at 20.7 pounds, which means we have a total weight savings of 10 pounds per wheel, total of 20 pounds for the unsprung weight. You want to move the camera around, make it fancy? I didn't think so.
Hold on, I need to reorganize too.
That doesn't matter, I'm just doing an intro. So we know exactly how much we're gonna save in terms of weight.
Oh, I'm sorry, the trigger got stuck.
You know, I can't even do an introduction to a quality segment here because Turbowski thinks it's a joke. He doesn't take this seriously, these brakes. But now we're getting serious because the hammer is going to be used for real in this segment, which you're going to be excited about. Now we're going to walk you through the Turbowski style install of the AP Racing designed by Essex Sprint brake kit. Let's do it.
I asked for 2 plasmas and a mango lassi. Where is it?
So the first thing you're going to do is remove the caliper bolts from the OEM brakes. How many bolts was it? 2?
2.
Okay, it's 2 to take it out. The pads pop out right after that. Next is the caliper bracket. You can break the nuts loose very easily. Scott's going to use the BF H5 hammer. What are we going to use that for, Scott?
Knock the fucking rotor off.
I didn't even see what you just did.
I had to hit it because it was stuck.
Oh, it's always something with you.
Missed.
He's removed the factory dust shield. Next, one of the critical parts of installing this brake kit is to clean it.
The rust off this pile.
I know, this thing's rusty. So Scott's gonna clean up the hub. Look at that purple Brillo pad. Let me see that. What do you use that for?
Cleaning studs.
What you can see is him loosening the factory line from the fitting. He's going to break the line off. And now he's going to pop the clip
Now I'm
off.
gonna look for the fucking...
The what just came off? All right, now he's going to plug the hole.
What? There.
Scott's installed the caliper bracket. He's gonna torque the bolts to 55 pounds.
55-pound torques.
55 pound-feet. So next is the brake rotor. Scott's gonna install the brake rotor. And don't block the shot! Scott's installed the rotor and you couldn't see, but it doesn't matter because it's exactly what it looks like, a rotor going on. So next is what? The caliper is going on next. One thing that Essex or AP Racing sends is an extremely nice instruction manual. Color photos. It's basically a printout on the PDF online, but it's assembled very nicely. It doesn't leave any questions. It even tells you don't forget to install the brake pads. So I really like that, especially after the last couple strings of poor instructions we've had. Yeah, son of a bitch. So we're done installing the AP Racing kit. We just have to bleed it and then bed the Ferodo DS2500 pads, which are going to be our street pads.
I need to use my 24-karat gold hammer to pound this gold clip in. There we go.
So we have the Essex AP Racing Sprint brake kit installed on the Scion FRS. The install was straightforward, but now it's time to test the performance levels of this brake kit. Oh, Scott. Hey, Scott, thanks, buddy. Big thank you to our Carefree sponsor here. These are level 20 panty liners. Now you may be thinking, why do we need panty liners? But let me just tell you, there's a cottony soft texture, long-lasting fresh scent, and the baking soda absorbs odor naturally. So my girlfriend, she just turned 70, and she recommended these for this build. Not only can we absorb brake fluid, but when Scott has a level 20 butt gravy alarm, we'll just slide one in his underwear and we're good to go. Air freshener, you name it. I strongly suggest these Carefree panty liners. Just spice it up, you know?